Hey, it's the Nerdy Sports Fan. We're talking NFL Draft, less than a week away, so let's get right into it. We're using the DraftNetwork.com's predictive mock draft simulator, using one team against computer simulations for the rest of them, just to get a good feel of what the options would be available in this coming draft for each team. Now, we're into the AFC North. We're starting to wrap up here. Going with the Steelers first. And at pick number 20, I was surprised to see Devin Bush Jr. available out of Michigan. So, of course, you got to snap him up. Look, ever since Ryan Shazier went down, this team has needed a presence at linebacker, and Devin Bush Jr. is fantastic for that role. He's got a head on his shoulders. He has all the physical tools you need. He's not a just athletic freak like Devin White is, but he's a more polished, productive player at this point. And I would expect that to continue. Walking into a system like Pittsburgh's, guy's going to be productive right away, and a fantastic player. Probably going to lead the team in tackles from his opening season. At pick number 52, went with Julian Love, corner out of Notre Dame. Now, people have this guy all over. Some people have him going as early as the first round. Others have him going down in the third round. Corners, yeah, there's a lot of different opinions on these guys. And for me, a talent like his at this position, you have to snap him up. Coming out of Notre Dame, he's got size, a lot of it, all right, 6'1", 6'2", and for a corner, that's big. He can move, he's got movement out of his hips, so he's not going to be pushed into safety anytime soon. He'll be a number 2, maybe even a number 1 corner very early in his career, and rebuilding this defense is important for Pittsburgh. This is a great step in that direction. Now, I picked number 66. I went with Emmanuel Hall, wide receiver out of Missouri. Now, you need to replace Antonio Brown on this roster. You're not going to replace Antonio Brown's production. You're not, okay? You could just kind of make the receiver position with some more depth, hope that Juju Smith-Schuster can really take the reins as that number 1 receiver and produce the way Antonio Brown did for years. And, yeah, rounding out the depth at receiver to make sure that he doesn't get nothing but triple teams every time he lines up. Now, you have Ben Roethlisberger. Okay, it's one of the better quarterbacks in the league. He really knows what he's doing, so he'll be able to find Juju whenever he really wants to. But yeah, some depth at wide receiver to help grow this position moving forward is definitely a need based off of that glaring hole created by the trade. Going forward, still in the top 100 picks, you have pick number 83. And here I went with Juan Thornhill, safety out of Virginia. The safety talent towards the top is it's widely debated where they're all going to fall. Okay, you have some names that are very obviously going to be contributors on NFL rosters from day one, Thornhill being one of them. You've also got Taylor Rapp, Darnell Savage, Nasir Adderley, and because there's so many, and safety really isn't a position that people want to invest very, very premier draft picks on typically, people like Thornhill are going to fall into this range of the draft. So you're going to have one of these guys that has a bigger name than you would expect available from the safety position. And at pick number 83, great need and talent matchup there. So snap him up. He's going to be great for the team's defensive back depth, as well as a contributor on special teams. Now, if you can get, with these top 4 picks, a rebuilt defense and possibly some additions to the receiver core, that's fantastic. Okay, you had some cancerous attitudes that needed to get out of this locker room. Culture is very, very important in the NFL, and I think you're finally pushing towards having a culture that's not going to self-destruct like everything seemed to do last year. And offensive depth was very, very good. The defense started coming on late, but an influx of talent like these guys into that defense will make it, once again, quite dominant. I would expect a playoff run, probably a deep one, from this team if they can make moves like this in the draft. Comment with what you think Pittsburgh will do in the draft coming up, and keep the conversation going right up until draft day.